This video is brought to you by my loyal followers on Patreon. So, link in the description below if you want to sign up today to get exclusive perks. Thanks. I think after COVID, we all get new hobbies. Some of us get into gardening, some of us get into music collecting, and for me personally, it was model car collecting. I've always had a fascination with cars growing up, as how that also my childhood movie was legit cars. But I mean more just cars in general, because coming 2000s and 20s, I interestingly got myself more the idea of just getting big cars. And it all started with a little shop door in Edmonton, Alberta, named Hobby Wholesale. Now, I had seen Hobby Wholesale for years at this point, but I had never actually gone into it. So, on this fateful day, I went inside it, wondering what would I buy. I was so excited, I wanted to see this location on the inside for so many years. And as I made 10 visits, the one thing I always come out with is a model car. And it always started off with a Road Runner. The Road Runner became the first ever model car I ever owned. And to this day, it's still my collection. It was themed to the Looney Tunes character of the same name, of course. But when I got my hands on this, I thought, I have to have more. Just have to. I gotta have more than just this one car. It became like a good idea, and I decided to go looking for more cars. And, well, I built up a sizable collection. What you're seeing on this screen right now is a grand total of 39 model cars. And the crazy thing is, this isn't even all of them. I couldn't fit all of my model cars on the table. I have approximately 41 model cars. And today, we'll be looking into them. Greetings everybody, and today we're looking into another video of model cars. I think that there's no better place to start than with the original Road Runner, of course. This is the one I bought when I bought it there. Anyway, there was a little figurine of White Coyote. And yes, people, that came with it. This is by a company named Jada. There are some more companies you see in this video, like Jada, John and Lightning, Maysto, and then some generic companies you'll see later on. Jada is the one I trust the most. Whenever I want a good high quality car, I go with Jada most times since they make great cars. Let's make these Hollywood Rise cars, these kind of cars that have a blockbuster character around it. In this case, White Coyote, because this one is themed to, well, the Road Runner. There's another Road Runner in my collection I own, but it's actually, this is going to be a first of many themed characters. You can see it's finished and more. Now, unlike other things, I actually put more cars in probably the best condition I can. Any scratches, that's probably just me rough. That's probably just me being rough or how I store them sometimes. Most times they're in very good condition. And here we have another character, Taz, on a Chevrolet El Camino. Yeah, you're going to see quite a few Phantom characters, and of course, two of them were Looney Tunes. This is another recent one, I'd say, and again, it's by Jada. Okay, this one's another good one. The brown color scheme, the jaws, and more. Oh, and one thing you guys might even know is that I already own this car. Because if you guys don't know, for every time I buy a new model car that has a character in it, I show it off on Bluesky. So this is another way to get my model car videos. Because Taz is right there with it. And this is a great character. So I have to introduce the characters with the cars. So Taz actually introduced what we share on my rides. It's a nice little way to get my name across with the characters also have a nice little time of spotlight to get out. It's very fun to watch, and it's probably my favorite part of these videos. As it makes these posts more and more unique. So I think that's nice, and so is the car. It's good. And here we have our first of the generic model cars, and this is a Dodge Charger from the 1969. It's mainly in red. Now, this is not by Jada. This is by a company named Maysto. Now, Maysto, they're good for what they are, but with the kind of cars, they're not as great. Hey, Maysto has this not every feature was intended, and they are way lighter than Jada. Like, if I picked up a Jada car, I don't actually have a Jada car on display right now, but if you pick up a Jada car, pick up a Maysto car, the weight would be kind of significant. It's not exactly too significant, but it is still something that you can tell that one is much lighter than the other. meaning it does feel significantly cheaper than the other. Now, I know that most people don't really care about the weight, and personally I don't care about the weight either, but that's an example of one more example of what I mean by that. And that's another thing I want you to know. Anyways, this Dodge Charger is a pretty good model. The doors are doors and windows great. And again, I'm only showing this off, but most of the doors and windows on my cars actually open, which also helps out too. It means with the big car video. And here we have my 1970 Dodge Challenger. This one's in green, and it's not by Jada or Maisto. This is by Johnny Lightning. I got this at a flea market, which is where I bought a majority of. Which is another place to buy more cars at flea markets, because you don't know where it's going to pop up there. Okay, this was one of many flea market cars I have in my videos, and it helps out a lot too. That this was probably one of its helps. Johnny Lightning's a decent company. One benefit is that the wheels can turn. However, I think that other companies, the one downside is that the dates vary, since Johnny Lightning has been around for a very long time. So you don't know exactly when these cars were made. With Jada and Maisto, you can easily imagine they were made in the 2010s or in the 2020s because they didn't work in more recent years. Speaking of more recent years, here we have a Bolton Beetle. Now, I'm saying, what does this have to do with recency? Well, this one's themed to the Netflix series Wednesday. Of course, I have a little Wednesday figure and thing up top. Now, contrary to what you think, I actually have never seen Wednesday yet. It's probably because I'm a bit more behind on other things. But that's probably just me, because this car looks very good for what it is. I generally design, and if you look at you guys don't know this, but anything purple immediately catches my eye. Purple, lime green, and dark green, and orange are easily my favorite colors. So anything of that sort usually catches my eye first off, rather than anything else. And I like it, okay? What I like to do is put thin on the back bumper. It makes it look super unique, okay? I also saw an Oscar Garage one coming up soon, but I don't have that in collection yet. Maybe one day. And here we have, of course, if this is a more common media, I had to have the Jada Lightning McQueen. When I first bought this, I was kind of underwhelmed. I mean, it got a shape right, but it just didn't look great in my opinion. But I think the more and more I look at it, the more and more I am loving it. This is really a great it's perfectly in scale with McQueen. His expression is a cocky smugness that we all love him, and it's just a great looker. I think the main downside is the hood doesn't always close all the way, but I'm willing to look past that for a great model. Okay. Also, this is one of the best two of a character cut. You saw Wednesday also had a character too, but Lightning McQueen doesn't have a figurine because Lightning McQueen is the character. And you'll be seeing more and more of him as the videos go on. By the way, yes, I do have. I don't have cruise mirrors, but I can work with that. And here we have another Jada one under the series Big Time Muscle. This being a 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby. I think the Ford Mustang is by far my most collected car. I have like maybe 4 or 5 of these things. And it makes sense. The Ford Mustang was commercially available to almost everybody in the 1960s. It was the creme de la creme of cars, if you will, and it became the standard for using cars. And this one's in dark blue. I personally like this one. I have another one from another. This is my own one by Jada. The other one's by Maisto, so there is that. But this one's a good one for what it is. I haven't find like Jada's like older for Mustangs, but who knows? Maybe in the future I can find them. Yes. And here we have a Nissan Skyline 2001. And this one actually is a very good car because it comes from the movie series that everyone knows of, The Fast and Furious. Now, well, it was surprising, but I actually do not actively watch The Fast and Furious, believe it or not. I don't know, maybe it's just not my thing. But one thing I always love about The Fast and Furious is their cars. Now, I don't know who drives these cars in the movies personally all the times, so there is that. But this is I think, well, it's jet black, it's there, and I think this makes sense why it has all this stuff, as it does make wood. And that's so good thing it works with this car. Now this one down, now there is some down. Obviously that the jet black finish does make it a dust catcher, so there is that. Now, that's the only real main issue with it. It's just catcher. Other than that, it's probably it. As this car right here still looks fairly good for what it is and how to go with mix. And here we have another Nissan, and this one is a pink variant. And if you got, and actually, I actually do know who actually drives this one in the movies, and that is Suki from his movies. And you might be wondering, wait, why do I have two of these? Well, the one right beside it is actually the Lego Speed Champions variant. Now, I have Speed Champions variants of 3 cars basically, and of course, this is one of them. Now, I bought this one very recently over here. It's basically my newest purchases out there. Like it's maybe 3 or 4 days old by the time I record this. So there is that. The Suki one was probably just a few days old. But what it is, it's a nice little shrunken down variant. Obviously, the difference is on. Also, there's a different shades of pink. I'm guessing this because Lego has a different shade of pink, but the one here is a lot more of a hot pink, or a lot more like a fuchsia color, while the other one is a lot more of a magenta color. It's very noticeable once you have them in your hands, but on camera it looks very unnoticeable. But once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. And that's all I'm gonna say right there about all that. And here we have my 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. Okay, a bit of a weird story. This is actually my second version of a purple Plymouth Barracuda. I had a version about that was basically the same variant, but not by the company that made this one, Giant Lightning. I actually own another one that was basically from a different company that bought at a flea market. Long story short, it took me forever to get that thing out of the case, and then I was bringing them home for like another project to join them back together for this video. And you know what's fun? You know what's weird is that when I was every other model car came together in one piece, perfectly fine. But this thing broke a wheel. Like a wheel legit broke off. I didn't have no idea how to put it together. So I bought a new one of the same model by Giant Lightning. It took me a while to get there, but yeah, bought a new one off of eBay that was pretty much in the condition I thought it'd be. And it was very nice, so it was very calm, and it was very happy. But honestly, I don't really order cars from eBay, believe it or not. I'm gonna just scout them out when I can find them. Maybe soon in the future I find another one in that variant in the wild, but who knows. But then again, maybe not, because it was a pain in the ass to get out of the box, so that was probably why. It's not exactly known to be an easy deal though. And here we have a 1995 orange Toyota Supra. And here we have the Lego version too, which is also very new. Like this is very recent. I think it's only like only a few days old by the time I bought this. And of course, like this is Brian O'Connor's car. Fun fact, when I was looking up, I know it's not relevant, but when I was looking at Magic Railroad facts when I was doing a steamer, Brian O'Connor, when the Fast and Furious kept showed up as the actor I wanted, by the way. Just want to tell you that part. But anyways, I like this one too. If you guys don't know, well, let me just show you. The roof on this one is actually removable. That one doesn't have a roof. It's convertible. The Honda you saw earlier was a convertible, and the black one is not. This is the only one car I have with an attachable roof. It's very unique, and it fits in very well. And honestly, I think that's a great feature to have in more cars. Attachable roof. Fits in, makes it fit perfectly with all the other stuff. And here we have, well, this is not a Honda Sky 2000, but this is actually be like Suki's car in the Fast and Furious movies, and that is a Honda Integra from 1985. And of course, it is like to have an anime look. Now, I love the anime look here, but this was honestly my dumb brain not being aware of how the Fast and Furious cars are meant to look, because this is completely different from what the other car looked like. The other car was a sleek sports car. This is a lot more of a honking 90s car you saw there. It's still sleek, but it's got like a very different shape, and it's taller too. It's also a much darker pink than the other one too. It's almost like it's not even the same shade of pink. I guess like they were trying to think of what color to use, but the other one had a very unique pink. This one again is more just a pink shade, where the other one is more a lighter hot pink shade. Just there. And here we have my 1970 Nissan Skyline. Again, a Fast and Furious car, but this one is just a personal non-favorite of mine. Nissan is one of those companies that I have mixed feelings with. Their model cars look sleek as hell, but this car right here, I'm just not a huge fan of. And the main reason why, well, let's bring this one back, is that these cars open differently. Most cars like the John Wilson will open from the side. This one, let me just see if I can do it carefully, opens like that. And that is just not great. For one thing, it is less intuitive. You just slide your hand across instead of doing nothing. And it's just not fun. And two, well, I'm not sure if it's just my system model, but the headlights are super loose on mine. And it makes it just, when I turn it off, I'm worried that the headlights are going to break off. It just bugs the hell out of me sometimes, because it can be really annoying just trying to have you go a straight angle and then just headlights almost pop out, because it is very dangerous times. But still, good one nonetheless. And here we have a 2007 Dodge Hellcat and Jerry the Mouse, because this one is themed all the way to Tom and Jerry. I don't know what it is with the month of June and Tom and Jerry in terms of recording this, but it was just like almost everything I was talking about, I think, in my notebook. But still, like, it's very much common. I mean, we have Tom the cat, and Jerry the Mouse just both being very, very happy to see, I mean, they can go great. And it was nice that we have the two down. But now, this one is one of the ones that I am, again, more familiar with, so I've seen Hellcats before. Like, this is a common. The other cars, I collect them more because they look cool. This one, I know I've seen a Hellcat before, just not Tom and Jerry. And I do own a Hellcat, but it's not of this variant. Maybe in the future, like, I can find a light green one, then I can find it, but maybe not that. And here we have a Dodge Daytona. Fun fact, after the Roadrunner, this was my second ever model car I ever owned. I saw Dodge Daytona and thought, man, I gotta have that baby in my collection. And this kind of started the trend even more. I knew I wanted to get more and more cars afterwards, but I didn't know I was ready to commit, and this was more like for commissions. Now, I actually own two of these, but I only have one display. The other one is actually being scratch painted this year to make a custom character. Now, I don't have pictures of it, but you can easily but it's going to be shot into a character that I think everyone knows it. And that's going to be to celebrate the 29th anniversary of Cars again, which probably helps out a lot. I haven't intensely repainted, but maybe next summer I can get a neck onto it. We'll see. And here we have a Chevrolet Impala. This one's by Maisto. Honestly, this one's fine for what it is. One thing I'm okay with is that the rubber ends on it, antennas, which none of my cars actually have antennas except for another car you see later on, are made of rubber, which I'm glad. Because if these were made of plastic, my golly, they would have broken off. Because they're made of rubber, that's probably a good reason why they haven't broken off yet. Again, this one's actually a tad bit smaller than the other ones. Most of my cars are only 124, this is a 126. Now, I'm not a stickler for size. I know people are very much sticklers for size, and they have to do like kind of OCD in them. But I personally am not a stickler for size. Whatever size you have, it's just perfectly fine. And I don't really care personally. It's just one thing you guys gotta know. It's just that it makes it very, very competent on what size you can find. And here we have a red Ford Mustang 1967. Again, Mustangs are the most common car I own. And there's a reason why this one's such a classic to say. And that's because it was a classic. Ford Mustangs are probably the most well-known cars I have. And this one is one from Maisto, by the way. And this one's fairly good for what it is. I actually own two of these. I own one in red and I own one in another color you're going to see briefly. I personally like the red one more, but again, it's just different. Personally, when it comes to more cars, again, Maisto's always when I'm not as keen on, but it looks good, and I think that makes sense, right? That's why it stuck with me. All of these, I'm not signed up, by the way. I know this is not, but can we just get back to the right colors for cars? It's just kind of thing I miss. It's just kind of bug I am. This red car really stands out, pops. Is it okay? Speaking of bright colors, here we have a Chevy Nova by Johnny Lightning. And this is another one that's kind of got a misrotation. Now, it looks great, except when you turn it around, because the back bumper on mine is actually broken. I think I might need to get some crazy glue to fix it, but what is that it's keep on dangling off. I'm worried I'm gonna break it if I'm not careful. So I'm very much careful when I show this car off. again, because and this is actually a good looking car. It's just that mine's just fragile, and hopefully this isn't become too crazy. But still, it's coming out pretty soon, and it looks nice for what it is. And here we have a 1968 Dodge Charger with the SRT cat on the side. And this one's a very good one. Again, I made this one, and it's one of the big time muscle series. And this is a good way of this thing too. Now, I have plenty of Dodge cars. I think the Dodge Charger is my second most popular car. And this is another good one to have in the collection. Fits in well, looks great, and I love the orangish reddish color. It's not straight up red, but it's also not straight up orange. It's a nice little mix of the two. Nice little combine of the two that makes it look kind of like in its league of its own. In a league all to itself. Which is really helpful and really makes more sense of how it goes. And here we have a Subaru Impreza on here with Sonic the Hedgehog on the sides. Another more recent purchase, but this one's what it is. But honestly, I'm not really buying that Sonic when I have this. Sonic is a fast character. When I think fast, my mind does not straight go to a minivan. Like, I know that this is not really a debate for anybody, but I don't really think a minivan is what Sonic is fast. I was thinking really more of a fast sports car, like something we see on TV. Like something that even the Fast and Furious drivers would drive. But a minivan, unless the thing is souped up like hell, it's gonna look kind of just like scratch built. It just looks kind of odd that Sonic is being in this like machine that doesn't really fit his character nonetheless. And this is probably why it's designed, well, the figure looks great, the car is more of a mix. I've never been a fan of Subaru's designs personally, and I think it's mainly because of this design. I'm not a huge fan of it, honestly. And here we have a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air with a Woody next to it. Yes, Sheriff Woody. And the reason why I have Sheriff Woody is because it's another more recent purchase. Again, Woody was purchase. The Woody figure I have, I don't know if the expression is great on him, but again, he is there. And plus, I don't mind the floppy arms on him, because Woody is, well, remind you, a toy. He is a toy. He is a child's plaything. So, of course, having him having a bit more of a flappier design actually makes sense. And the car is a nice idea, too. Having kind of Woody design. Having it being blue all around, having that yellow checkerboard print, a brown, which isn't Woody's hat, and the cow print on the doors. That kind of gives sense Woody's vest. And even a badge on the side for a sheriff. Good to know. And here we have the Mystery Machine! Another one people know I have, obviously, with Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Again, Hanna-Barbera just seems to imitate these videos everywhere now. I swear, we're gonna get to it, I swear. We'll get my next question video though, they'll be Gonzo. But, this is another good one. Mystery Machine was always a fun one to have. It took me a minute to get this out of the box, but I think it's just maybe just bad screw. I was gonna get it out pretty much after that. It was great. Scooby's unique because unlike these other figures when they're made of a hard plastic or a die-cast metal, Scooby's made more of a softer plastic, which is very unique. And again, that makes more sense. Scooby is probably better than a soft plastic compared to the hard plastic we've been getting on the cameras. It works perfectly fine and it looks good for what it is with the designs and the uniqueness of the Mystery Machine. And here we have the other Ford Mustang. This is the gray version. Now, again, I bought this not by a store. I bought this like a well, it was actually this store kind of thing where it was like it had this like warehouse. It had many things, and one of them was this thing. And I completely forgot I already had Ford Mustang, so I just bought it without thinking. But it was like gray, and it didn't. Yeah, gray's not my favorite color of mine. It looks kind of old-timey and old hat, so there is that. But hey, it does actually deep down, and gray is a common color we have nowadays. So yeah, Ford Mustang from the 60s that has gray was kind of unique back then. Nowadays, the thing looks pretty much generic, but back then, yeah, it looks pretty good. And here we have another Nissan Skyline, and this one is a 2002 variant, and of course, we have the Lego variant right next to it. Now, I don't know why, but the Lego variant is really, really bulky. And maybe it's just when the camera angles are showing off. The Nissan Skyline on the Mark car is slick as hell, but this one's kind of bulky. And of course, there's another one with Brian on it in it. I like this. It looks drivable. It looks fun. And what's really cool is that this one also has a kind of just unique kind of mystique about it. Now the silver, I'm always a bit more Nissan. I like the silver design on but one thing I always find weird is that there's a pinstripes never go up to the top of the roof. Maybe it's just me being blind to the Fast and Furious franchise, but I feel it's odd that there's no pinstripe into the roof. But it's probably just me. Maybe if I watch more Fast and Furious movies, that probably would be why. But who knows? Maybe that's not. It's just me personally. I honestly like the design, and that's one thing I do have to say. Is the design is calm, and it looks nice. The other one's a bit wide and bulky, but hey, it's Lego. It's gonna be bulky no matter what. Lego is just a different company altogether, and it's just it's entirely. And here we have a DeLorean, and if you can see right now, it lights up. There's a button on the back that actually lights up. It just went off right now, but that's probably just to save power. And I'll take it off for now. And there's also it's actually a lightning rod. This is what Marty McFly used to travel back in time with. Get the fitness. It really helps out, and it really makes sense why the ball of lightning actually can quote. He's probably there. It's a good car to have, and I like the idea. Overall, it's a pretty good car. Last for this video. Okay. Designs. No, it doesn't open, but I'm actually waiting for Goda because of the blinking lights and the DeLorean design. And by the way, I'm aware that there's also a Back to the Future 2 and 3 variants, but I actually don't own those variants at the time, so I'm actually just going to stick with the Back to the Future 2 variant, as you see here. It's nothing against them personally, it's just that I need to wait some time to have it. And here we have Mickey Mouse's car, is what it's called. Which is actually just a 1951 Mercury, but still, and that's the reason why, it's because Mickey Mouse is in it. And of course, like you guys already saw, there's the Bluesky page of Mickey revealing to it of hot dog! Thanks for showing off my car! Going to 25 and all that. So there is that. But of course, like you have Mickey with his classic attire, with his yellow shoes, white gloves, and red pants, and a car that's right next to him. It basically shows off the classic design of everything. It's a classic car for a reason, and Mickey Mouse is a classic character for another reason. It probably makes sense to have that, and it makes sense why the characters are just look great. Made for the whole thing to have a design to look good. Mickey Mouse is a classic, and it only just that out. It's a classic. And here we have a McLaren model. McLaren again is another more modern car, and thinking with it, we have of course Spider-Man. Probably my favorite superhero of all time. It makes it a huge love for Spider-Verse films, but also this is a cartoon, and it's based off of the Spider-Man. Now I don't know if I would like to see other like Spider-Man variants of cars too, not just a McLaren, but also I would like to see variants of more cars for like maybe a Toyota, a BMW, or more. It just looks really good. Or, you know what's really fun? If you have like a Miles Morales version of this, that'd be really cool. As Miles Morales is my favorite variant of Spider-Man. Again, this is Spider-Verse me talking, but still, you can't go wrong with that. I'm talking on these things. And here we have a Chevrolet Corvette. I'm trying to call it a Buick 2019's Buick right here. This is another car bought from Maystone. I'm again pretty. This one, the hood of mine is really loose. Like it will not stay up for more than maybe like 3 seconds before it slams right down. So that is one major issue, obviously. But other than that, like it's pretty good. And again, I have 2 production. The other one is really big. You'll be seeing like it's much bigger than this one. And I'm not even just kidding. Like it is actually a different size. But you'll be seeing that near the end of the video. Just a little spoiler warning right there, just to have that kind of thing down, show you all these things. That's pretty nice to have in introduction. And here we have my Pontiac Firebird, or a Hotbird, as maybe like to call it. And of course, that's the reason why. It's because the boat is on the roof. It's a good reason why, but great. And that's probably why I have this bird. He probably looks great. Now, this is not looking as a museum, but the bird is pretty good. And one thing is jet black finish. I've actually seen other colors for the bird. I'd love to get a red variant, but I haven't seen it in stores. I've only seen this black variant, and that's a shame because it's great when it's just the black variant. So, but still, it's a good one. And I think the red, and I think the red variant could look better if it looks great. And here we have my Chevrolet Corvette from 1957 with Bugs Bunny on the side. Yes, that is legit Bugs Bunny on the side of my Corvette. Another figurine one. And this is going to be one of the last ones I'm going to see for some time. Though after this one, only one more figurine one afterwards. And there's another good one too. The design is pretty cool. And although the hood is a bit weird, but it only wins because it's a bit of a hinged hood. And it's still got that kind of design and mystique that it looks pretty good nonetheless for the design hood. Now, I mean, it could just be me, but I think that this one actually has a great color in it. But I don't know what about the pink interior. I guess it's one of the Bugs' like jawline inside, but pink is just a weird color to have for an interior for a car. I don't know. Let me just meet them. And here we have my one and only Lamborghini. Most people who know Lamborghinis are really rich or really terrible with money. I guess I'm the latter, but this is honestly again a flea market. This is again a flea market purchase, so that's probably why it's this. Because normally a flea market purchase like this will be much smaller, but this is actually really good. And that's really nice to have a flea market version of a, well, I guess we call this a Lamborghini. It's nice and it's very yellowy, but it's honestly a good, fits. And again, I guess good one. Although my one downside of Lamborghini design flaws, but that's what it is. And here we have another Nissan car. This one's by Mason, and this one is from 1973. And it's so 1973 that it has a 1973 on its side. Like, we get it. It doesn't need to be that obvious. But honestly, with Mesa, they actually did fix the hood problem. But I don't know about the green and gold color scheme. Maybe it was a common thing to have Nissans have a color scheme in there, but I just don't know. It's something I'm not used to personally. But maybe it's just me. Green and gold are weird color scheme to begin with. Like, it's probably just my weird brain. Maybe some people though, it looks really good. But anyways, at least it looks hook on, but the color scheme is pretty out of whack. Even the wheels are gold. Like, this is gold. I need it to the max. Holy cow. And here we have a Pontiac GTO Judge. Yes, it has text the Judge written everywhere. And that's the thing that I have to notice, that this is again another car that has designs. I guess it's a big time muscle cars. And the design's it's a bit of a straw take, but honestly for it is, this is a classic design, and Pontiac really goes with classic designs. You have to be classic cars for a reason. Even my collection can't be bad. But honestly, the orange color scheme is probably just a bright orange hue. And again, you don't see these bright colors often. You see a lot more dull colors like gray, black, white, blue. Even like the reds and greens are just dark shades of that. Where's the pizzazz? Where's the colors with pizzazz? Like I like to see those colors in it. Maybe a bit distracting, but maybe it's because the taste has changed. But still, great. And here's another cool one. This one is not the only one. This is a big time muscle woman. It's about Jada though. And this one is a woman that was 938 on it. I'm ugly enough that's not when I get on that. I'm actually get to 938. I don't think I'll have that many to show off with that one. Yeah, obviously. For one thing, I'm not even close to 100, so there is that. So there is thing right there. But honestly, this one looks pretty good for what it is. I personally like the dark blue and this lightning bolt color scheme. It's really cool, and lightning bolt really fits in with this posh, almost unique design, which is really good to have. And it's pushed on the thing, going down with the video thing. And of course, the blue scheme is good. And number 938 is a classic variant. card, see if characters. And here we have a Mitsubishi Eclipse 1985. Now again, this is always but Mitsubishis are always a classic. So if you want to consider this idea, but maybe it's just and it's not a Fast and Furious car, but this is definitely a weird design. But this is for me. But I think I was calling back design, and I thought it looked really cool. The lime green, the blue, whatever that is, I thought it was a really cool design. I've seen much cool designs after. I saw like different colors, but still, it's come down with a good line nonetheless. It's out. So, colors. I think that makes sense. Again, I probably need more but still on this franchise, but this is still a good car to have nonetheless in my collection. And here we have a Datsun 1972. And personally, okay, this is a bit of a hot take, I'm not sure everyone likes this, but I personally am not a big fan of Datsun. Their cars look straight up ugly in my opinion, and this one's no exception. And honestly, this is another one with the front hood opens the other way, so it's not much of a pain as the other one, but still, it's just wait. Just actually unappeal of ugly Datsun. Maybe it's just my more modern brain thinking. I was born in 2000s after all, so this thing is not exactly. Man, I do like the black and red finish of it, but it's mainly just me thing. But honestly, you know that. I even have a broken windscreen on it, and I haven't gotten it fixed because I think it just doesn't look great. It's just a me thing, personally. And here we have our other Ford Mustang Shelby. And this one is unique again because, well, get this. It is now green. And this one is another weaker one by Maisto. Not only is this one smaller than the other one, but also the hood and the trunk do not open. And although I don't usually mind a hood trunk not opening, this one like weird because they have like the hinges in them that just screwed shut. Like, why? It should be able to open regardless, but no. They decided to just screw them shut, just removing the fun aspect from this thing. Not great. Sleep. Not great for me, so. Once Jada wins this round in terms of a 2, and it wasn't even close personally. The light green finish is a great idea, and I like the green finish. That's one thing it does have, but I just can't get over like the non-opening hood, open hood. It's just a mixed bag personally with this one, and it just suffers for that reason. And here we have a Chevrolet Chevelle from Maisto. This will be the last time before we see Maisto. Again, more mixed designs, and this one's kind of more mixed too. They don't really, this one's probably good in terms of design, but my god, this one was a one. I bought it in the store thinking it was like a model, only thing, but open. I've gotten used to that now, but when I first saw that, I was more confused on why open. All my cars beforehand have the trunk open. But maybe nowadays it's just better. It's looking pretty good, like I said, and it probably was just more of a meat thing. That's probably why. I think the reason I made looking is because just that it just doesn't make much Jada. But you know, in the future that could change. These cars will change. Amazon's programming it does so good, and it does help out a lot more in the same veins for that reason. Colors and it makes sense. That's why so works here, same. And here we have another Toyota Supra, again from the same. Again, but instead of being orange, this one's in a golden color. Again, I don't really know who drives these, but the gold is a really unique idea. Finishing it off with a gold color spectrum, it kind of does give it kind of like a mystique to these cars. Gold is kind of this ornate, kind of almost opulent color that's its wealth. And whoever owns this car must have one hell of a fortune. Because that was great. And even though not everything, I think that this one is out if you go there. And I think it makes wise sense. This color is definitely there. Now, I know this is the last of the generic Jada cars. This is not the last card we're going to show off just yet. We have 2 more coming up. First one too is of course Odyssey. Yes, Odyssey from the Toy Story movies. And of course you have Buzz Lightyear, where there's the rocket on the side of him. Okay, that wasn't his. Sid strapped it onto it. I've seen these in Toy Story guys, don't worry. But still, I know this is very close to Toy Story 5, maybe that's why I bought it. But still, like, it's good and has that kind of to satisfy the leash and the draw of these cards. And Buzz with Odyssey to fit on the dollar store idea. Maybe that's why Odyssey is great. By everything else. See, Odyssey looks great. What it is. Buzz figure is good, although it would be funny if I could just take off the rocket. Because honestly, that rocket plays something else. Still a good card, but it would be funny if I took off the rocket. Because I think if I like the rocket, well, rockets explode! Then again, maybe I mean from Buzz falling with sign. And here is the final mark I will show off. This Buick, and talk about a size increase, by the way. This thing right here is a 1/18 scale, not a 1/24 scale, 1/18. I don't know what thing about scale numbers tell you, but I can tell you that this thing definitely is the oddball of the collection, just due to its sheer size. Okay, maybe I should probably pay more attention in sizing class when I make these, because my god, that's huge. Like, seriously, I don't really think it needs to be this today. To me, that it's just big. But still, like, it's. Even if it is gigantic still, which probably makes sense. That's why it has that kind of idea. But still, you know, it probably. This is really, really big. It's kind of big. I have the other custom and all that, but me, you know, big custom, but eesh, it's big. And that is my entire model car collection video. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll show you. Okay, it was a bit of a hard deal and to get through, but still, watching, and until next time, see you all later. I'd like to thank the Unlucky Tug for his videos years down, as he was a big help on making his videos were very similar to what I tend to do with videos. His links in the description, as his collection videos are very similar to this. Well, his videos don't want me to description below. He has a very similar to this deal down with his Charles Friends collection, and of course his Mark Twain collections. Both videos are great to watch. I'd like to give you all some milestones we caught. This year, we finally did it. We finally got past the big 100 subscriber threshold. So we actually broke it while I was actually shooting before I filmed this video. But I think it's safe to say that we have finally reached one of the biggest milestones on YouTube of a small channel of mine, and that is to get 100 subscribers. Wait, it's been so long since almost 10 years from when I started creating this thing, and I'm out still to get these 10 channels. Which is really good to have this idea down of the group still. Okay? You might notice that there's no Going On Film podcast this week. That's because it's on break this week. Next time we have one, it definitely will show up next July, but it's taking an Independence Day weekend about. I know I don't celebrate Independence Day, but still, it's very, very much friend, and that's for that. Okay? I'd like you all to join the Patreon. You all to allow the other stores to get out. If you guys are looking for more cards and there's again, I can and both on wholesale and great hobbies in the Edmonton area. Now, I cannot speak to where you can get more cards in other places because I'm only shopped in Edmonton, but there are other areas you can look for in that area too. It's very full and very good. Okay? And that is everybody. Okay? Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, take care.